Hey, I forgot to put myself on the screen. Grant Cohn here. Welcome to the Cohn phone. Haven't done this in a couple of weeks since the Niners did their draft, so I'd love you guys to call in. Tell me what you think. I got Luis waiting. I'll take calls in about 10 minutes. I got some stuff I want to talk about, and I'm sure this is a Niners show, so I expect mostly Niners comments. But I'm watching this Warriors Lakers series, and again, I'm not a fan of either team. It's highly entertaining to me, and the NBA in general is highly entertaining because again, it just seems kind of rinky dink. And but it's interesting because Warrior fans are pissed. And I think they have a leg to stand on. I mean, the 37 free throws for the Lakers. The Lakers have shot 44 more free throws than the Warriors. 44. Like, this series is being officiated like the Lakers are the champs. That's fairly outrageous. So I understand. And then you got to love the conspiracy theories in basketball because they brought it on themselves, right? They had that Tim Donaghy guy, whatever his name was, who was fixing games, the ref for the Lakers when I was a kid against the Kings. Like, the league has done this for the Lakers in the past. 2002 against the Kings. So again, it's like, are you trying to help a serious brand in your sport and the face of your sport in LeBron? That's where the Warriors are coming from, and you can kind of understand it. Because what the Lakers fans will say, well, it's just that, we're more aggressive. We're better at drawing fouls. We take it to the hoop more. It's like, is that really the case? In this game, the points in the paint was even, essentially. Warriors had 44, Lakers had 46. The drives per game in this series are even. So it's not that the Lakers are more aggressive. It's just that they're better at drawing contact. No, they're better at getting calls than the Warriors, which is amazing, again, because the Warriors are the champs, not the Lakers. But look, I don't follow basketball as closely as football, but it seems to me that the story of the season for these Lakers is that they were going to miss the playoffs. Correct me if I'm wrong here. They were going down the tubes. They added a few role players, but what really started happening was they started drawing foul calls at a historic rate. Am I wrong? All of a sudden, the league helped them into the playoffs, and it keeps going. And the question is why? Well, I don't know. That's where I think Warrior fans are at. Like, why do you need to help? Aren't the Warriors the face of the league? Aren't these your champions? I mean, the way they officiate Draymond Green and the Warriors in general, it's like you think that they're bad for the league. Like, they treat Draymond Green like he's a freaking goon and not the best defender of his generation, which he is. I mean, they took him out of this game immediately. 5 fouls in like 20 minutes. I said the series was going to come down to Draymond versus AD. Well, the refs took him out of the game, and he had 5 fouls. 3 of them were blocking fouls on AD. 2 of them were reviewed. One was originally called a charge, and they changed it. So, I mean, all of those things I understand can get Warrior fans hot and make them feel like, hey, the only way the Lakers are going to win this series, only way the Lakers beat the Warriors in a game is if they shoot 20 more free throws than the Warriors. Because if the Lakers are living at the free throw line, then the Warriors can't get out in transition. And that's where they beat the Lakers. When you get out in the fast break, then all of a sudden you get open threes. You didn't get fast break points. They only had 4 fast break points in this game, the Warriors. So they didn't get open threes. They didn't play well. So I get. I mean, the refs can absolutely affect the series. I think they did affect games 1 and 3, but I'm not on the Warriors fan side where I think the series is rigged. I'd like to know what you think. I just feel like I don't think the NBA favors the Lakers over the Warriors, is what I'm trying to say. Even though it looked like it last night. I think the NBA favors money over not making money. And Game 7 helps everyone. So I feel like this series is probably going to go Game 7. And I feel like you're going to have wild swings in officiating. Like, Game 2 was not officiated the same way Games 1 and 3 were. And I have a feeling Game 4 is going to be officiated a lot differently. And when they get to Game 7, the Lakers probably aren't going to shoot 37 free throws in that game. So I'm not really outraged. I think it's amusing that the NBA does it and it's so transparent and everyone can tell what's happening. But essentially, I don't think they're going to let the Lakers win the series this way. They'll extend the series this way because, again, the Lakers can only beat the Warriors if they shoot 20 more free throws than them in a game. At one point, the disparity was 30-something to 37-9. And then the Warriors got a bunch of free throws in garbage time when it was like Anthony Lamb and Jonathan Kuminga, which was hilarious. NBA kind of covering his butt. Hey, the free throw disparity wasn't that bad. Yeah, it was. It was like 4-1. So that's not going to be the same probably in Game 4, in Game 7 when it gets there. So essentially, I think this series will get determined by basketball eventually. But man, these games early in the series have been a bad look for the league. It's so transparent. And again, you can't say that the Lakers have been the aggressor. They both have been driving the same amount. They're both getting in the paint. It's just one team is way better at getting calls. Is that a skill? I mean, yeah, when you have LeBron James on your team, yeah, it's a skill. I think that's the deal with being on the Lakers. Being the Lakers and having that brand name, being in LA and having LeBron means a lot. These Lakers are getting calls like they're the 97 Bulls. Again, this is a team that was going to miss the playoffs. It's a team that's not that good, frankly, unless they're shooting 35 plus free throws a game. So it's kind of funny. Like, how long will the league do this? I feel like they've been doing this since February with the Lakers, helping them out. Everyone knows what you're doing now. It's on the national stage. You got Eddie Griffin, a Lakers fan, making fun of you, saying the Warriors should have walked off the court is blatant. So I think it's done. I think it's going to become a real playoff series, and you're going to see those 50-50 calls that all went against Draymond Green, every single one, going to even out. You'll have some go against AD, and you'll have some be non-call. That's how it usually goes in the playoffs, right? There's like no calls. They swallow their whistle. Oh, there's contact. There's a no. That's how it usually is, but maybe not in game 1 and game 3. But I don't see it happening anymore. I don't think there's going to be any more. Well, I can't say that. But I want to say I don't think there's going to be any more games where the Lakers shoot 20 more free throws than the Warriors. I think that's over with. And again, yes, the Lakers will probably continue to shoot more free throws than the Warriors, but I don't think there's going to be a 20 free throw disparity. It'll be like 5 to 10, which is fair, which is understandable. Just my 2 cents. It's a very interesting series. I think it's going 7, and I think the Warriors are going to win. That being said, I'm starting to lose a little confidence because I said the series comes down to Draymond Green. Well, is the league going to take him out of this series? Anthony Davis isn't going to take him out, but the league could. And the only time the Warriors have lost to LeBron James in a playoff series, Draymond Green got suspended for a game. It changed everything. The only time LeBron has ever beaten the Warriors, Draymond got suspended. And Draymond is one technical away from getting suspended. You can bet, they got 4 more games to go. You can bet that the Lakers' number one strategy, not number one, but they're going to talk about getting Draymond Green that final technical. They're going to be, provoking him. And you know how the NBA is. Like, they don't really, it's always the initiator, the instigator with Draymond doesn't get in trouble. They're like, what are you going to do, Draymond? What are you going to do? Are you going to retaliate? So that's is Draymond going to get suspended for a game in this series? Because if he does, then that's a free win for the Lakers. If Draymond's allowed to play basketball like he plays, then the Warriors are going to win. Only way the Warriors lose is if he's in constant foul trouble and suspended, which could actually happen. Because it seems like the league has a major problem with Draymond. It's so funny. Like, they suspended him for a game in the last series. They treat him like he's Ron Artest, like he's bad for the league and he's a terrible player. Like, he is the best defender of his generation. One of the best defensive players ever. Don't you value defense? He's a champion and a great defensive player, and they treat him like, hey, get the hell off the court. This is LeBron's time. Like, no, it's not LeBron's time. He's 38 years old. It's over for LeBron. So I'm curious to see how the league treats Draymond. I feel like they're tired of Draymond. Doesn't it feel like that? Tired of Draymond. Tired of his antics. Tired of just everything he stands for. And they're treating him like a punk. Like a scrub. They're treating him like a scrub, dude. Every time he's involved in any contact, foul on Draymond. Foul on Draymond. Really? It's amazing. So what we're supposed to believe is that the Lakers are a better defensive team than the Warriors. Really? I don't think so. It's just that they're better at drawing what I will say, though, and then I'll take some calls. AK Niner Luis B. The Warriors are pretty soft in the lane. They always get in the lane, and they try to, do some little cheeky little layup. Dunk the damn ball. Andrew Wiggins finally just yammed it on Anthony Davis's head. And it was like, yeah, can you at least be a little bit more physical in the lane? Clay, Steph. I know Steph can't dunk, but Andrew Wiggins, you can do that. Do that. Anthony Davis is soft. He's not offering resistance. That's one thing and then, so I don't want to just complain about the refs. The Warriors didn't play that well. What was interesting was they went back to their motion offense from game 1 because Steve Kerr likes to do that early in series. And boom, 19 turnovers. Like, Great. Get the ball in Steph's hands and get out of the damn way. Also, which role players are going to step up on the road? Not Jordan Poole. Wow. Ever since Jordan Poole missed that, he had a great game one, right? But he took that stupid shot at the end and embarrassed himself. The entire world was making fun of him. And since then, he's afraid to shoot the ball. He's got like 11 points in 2 games. The thing with Jordan Poole is he's a terrible defender, doesn't really set up people well, but he has this irrational confidence and he takes a lot of shots. And it's like, well, he's never going to lose confidence in his shot. Well, he lost confidence in his shot. So if he's not even going to shoot the ball, why is he on the court? He can't be played right now, which is kind of crazy. So, yeah, Warriors got to find someone who will score other than Wiggins, Clay, and Curry on the road. Who's it going to be? Jordan, looking at you. What do you do here? It's not going to be Draymond. So it's got to be, is it going to be Moses? It's not going to be Dante DiVincenzo. We know that. It's got to be Jordan Poole. At a certain point, he needs to like suck it up and start shooting again and making it. Otherwise, Warriors are in trouble, right? I don't know. I want to say like one game from Jordan Poole on the road. One good game from Jordan Poole on the road. Is that going to be game 4? I don't know. So yeah, that's some things the Warriors can work on, like getting the ball back in Steph's hands, running the pick and roll. I don't know. And then Jordan Poole, dude, you got to do something positive. Okay, let's take some calls. Just a sec. We got some super chats first. Then we got AK Niner. WWNBAF. What would the NBA? I don't know what that means. Your dad defends Glenn Kuiper. Do you as well? I don't know Glenn Kuiper. I don't know what he meant. I'm not defending Glenn Kuiper. I don't know Glenn Kuiper. My dad does know Glenn Kuiper. That's his friend. So friends to friends. I understand that, but I can't understand why Glenn did what he did. I've never had that slip up or been around someone who's had a slip up like, oh, I just accidentally said that word. I've never been around that. So I don't understand it. It's very troubling to me what happened. But I don't know. So I can't say, yeah, man, I know his heart and I know he's not like that. I don't know Glenn Kuiper. My dad does. I understand friends having each other's back, but I don't understand what Glenn did. The Cosmic Channel says NBA. Yeah, there's that. There is that. Fish and Chip says Kirkland Tea providing value. I love these Kirkland Teas, man. I live in Kirkland Teas. Fish and Chip says more opening, closing monologues in your broadcast. I got you. All right, man. Let's have people on the show. AK Niner, what it do? What it don't do? What's up?
Hey, long time no hear, man. How's it going?
It's been a minute, man. How you doing?
Just life getting in the way. But glad we could connect this time.
Mm-hmm. What's on your mind?
Yeah, so first off, the fact that we didn't draft an offensive tackle tells me that they feel really good about Colton McKivitz.
How could you not? He's a great player. I've seen a lot from him in these 5 starts, 2 of them the last 2 years. I think he's great.
I mean, personally, I like that move. The fact, first off, he's a 5th rounder, and you see how many star 5th rounders we've turned out. So
true. That's a good point.
And then the last question, because I know you have a bunch of other callers, is the fact that we drafted not 1 but 2 tight ends, the kid from Alabama and Braden Willis from Oklahoma. Does that tell me that this is going to be Kittle's last year with us, and then he's going to either retire or we trade him next season?
It's a good question, right? I can understand why you would ask that. It seems like the Niners are prepared for that if that happens. Kittle would have to walk away from a lot of money. They could trade him, though. Because if you look at his contract, they might feel, hey, we're not going to pay you $19 million if you are, like, in 2024, he could be the 4th option in this offense.
Right.
Ayuk's ascending. He'll be 31. At a certain point, he may not be getting the targets, and he could still be good, but they might say, you know what, we can't justify spending $20 million a year on you. Let's trade you. So it seems like they're at least prepared for that, if it comes to that.
Or here's another option. What about converting one of those tight ends to a fullback if Juice walks away?
Good point. And I think Braden Willis has done a little bit of that. The Niners have talked about him being able to do that. I don't know that the Niners are really going to have a true fullback once Juszczyk retires, because he's kind of a 101. There's not that many players like him around. So what they could do is maybe just transition to more of a 2 tight end offense, and you could do a lot of the same stuff, but not everything.
And then I lied, but last but not least, there's one more point. I was thinking about why they drafted that kid from Alabama. After what happened, how Purdy got killed with Croft trying to block Reddick, they're like, we need to draft a quality second tight end. So in case we run that play again, our quarterback won't get killed.
Yeah. I just think it's amazing how the defense ranked first in the league last year. And the Niners spent really most of their energy on their defense this offseason. Javon Hargrave. I mean, they really have a bunch of new starters in their defense right now. Offense, they're like, we're good. We just need Sam Darnold and a couple new backup tight ends. We're good on offense. Like, really? Are you sure?
Well, see, here's my theory on that. Can I give you my theory quickly?
Yeah.
If you don't have Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow, you got to have like an all-time great level defense to win a Super Bowl.
Sure.
So that's why you see it. No disrespect to Purdy, Lance, or Darnold. I'm rooting for whoever gets the starting job, but they're not Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow. So it's like you got to have an all-time defense. So that's why I'm thinking all the resources are in defense.
But even if you do have an all-time defense in 2023, you don't win the Super Bowl. I mean, you did 25 years ago, but now it seems like you get deep in the playoffs. But if your team is built around defense and running the ball, eventually it's not enough.
You just pray that Mahomes has a bad game. You know, Mahomes is...
It doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. I mean, the Niners defense make most quarterbacks look awful. Yeah. Most. I mean, they even made Jalen Hurts look pretty pedestrian in the NFC Championship game, 120 yards in the air, but not Mahomes. Whenever Mahomes plays the Niners, it's like he's in the freaking park.
Or maybe 7-on-7. Mahomes, and Mahomes gets upset by Josh Allen, Burrow, or someone else.
Josh Allen made the Niners look like easy work too. I don't know. I mean, that's when you get big quarterbacks who can make throws all over the field and get out of the pocket. The Niners are tough. Like the Niners invite you to get out of the pocket, and I don't know. I mean, like what? I don't know. That's a tough one for them. But I mean, they can do well in the NFC like this. They can do very well because there really aren't any elite quarterbacks in the NFC.
That's true.
Are there?
Pray you get lucky in the Super Bowl that you get the right matchup. You just never know what can happen.
That's true. Maybe they'll face the Raiders and Jimmy Garoppolo this year. AK, good to see you.
Always a pleasure.
All right, a pleasure, man. All right, we'll bring Luis on, but I don't even see him. You there, Luis? He seems like he's getting ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. What's up? What's up?
Yo, what's up? What's up, Grant?
How you doing? Good. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. The last time I was on, I was about to give you a bottle.
Ha!
Remember?
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
Almost. Yeah.
He said, almost. How you doing?
Good, man. Family just got a little bit bigger?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah,
congratulations.
So I want to go into a couple of topics today. I want to talk about
our
beloved 49ers first, and then talk about some little Warriors.
Let's do it.
First, man, I give the draft a overall B+, man. I think
okay.
We needed a kicker. Robbie was gone. I didn't see nobody else capable of knocking it down other than Jake Moody. You know, I think he was probably like the best out there.
Can I just say something real quick about Moody though? Like gold is still available. So to me, like the Niners, it's not that they lost Gold. Like they chose Moody over Gold. They got to be right about this. Like Moody has to be better than good, in my opinion. He has to be great. When you take the first kicker in the draft and you're like, man, it's worth it because this dude's legit. And okay, he needs to be great, man. He's got to be Justin Tucker, Adam Vinatieri. Otherwise, if he's just a kicker, man, it's going to haunt you. It's going to haunt you.
And then one other thing about that is, that I think the reasons why the Niners didn't do it is because I think it was overall cap money.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's cheaper than Gold. That's true.
There is a lot of speculations. I mean, the Niners are always restructuring contracts and whatnot, so it's always.
But that's my question. Like, did you get better at kicker? Or did you get cheaper at kicker? Did you get better at right tackle? Or did you get cheaper at right tackle?
A little bit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think they did get better. Whoever they see, I mean, I gotta trust them. Obviously, I'm not the coach, and I don't see. You can obviously watch film, but they obviously see those players more and see how they develop and whatnot. So I just trust the coaches and hope they make the best decisions.
I mean, Jake Moody could be money all year. If he gets to the playoffs and crumbles,
we'll call him Money Moody.
Money Moody. I like it.
I like it.
Moody. Yeah.
Let's see if he's
you got a Moody on the team and a Mooney at quarterback. I like that. Yeah, Moody and Mooney. I like that.
Other than that, I really do like our draft picks. I like the 2 tight ends. I heard you talking to AK49er about the fullback role when Juszczyk goes. I also think that George Kittle might be leaving. I'm not sure. It's a possibility.
He'd be leaving a lot of money on the table if he just retired. But maybe the WWE wants to cash him out, right?
If they do, I'm happy with it. Honestly, bro, I'm okay with Kittle. Kittle be doing his thing, but at the same time, I want to see something better and more younger talent at that position and more healthier. Because Kittle, he gets hurt a lot, and I would like to see more talented positions at that position, and we did get Braden Willis, so I think he could be a possible backup for Kyle Juszczyk if he does get hurt or
Yeah, because
whatever.
in the past it was Dwelly, right? And now
Yes.
there's no guarantee that Dwelly even makes the team. So it could be Willis who's the new Dwelly.
Oh yeah, that would be nice.
I think he probably is, actually, if you think about it. Willis is coming for Dwelly's spot. Latu's here coming for Werner's spot. And Werner really probably doesn't stand a chance, but hey, Dwelly
Grant.
going against a late 7th round pick. I don't know. Willis might go to the practice squad. We'll see what happens.
Hey, I got one more question for you for the Niners.
Yeah.
To
Okay.
the Warriors, real quick. My
All right,
question for you is about Trey. About Trey, what? Since you've been there and you've been going to the conferences and the coaches and John Lynch speaking, what is your interpretation of what they're saying about Trey? Do you think they're really do you really think they're willing to let him go, or do you think they're willing to see what happens this year and see what they could do with him? Like, what do you think?
I think it's kind of like what happened with Jimmy. Like, the Niners decided they didn't like Jimmy like years ago. But then when they tried to trade him, like, they held out for too much. Like, they want 2-2s. So it's like, they give mixed messages. We don't like you, but then we want more than you're worth in a trade. So we do want you, and we're kind of afraid to let you go because we don't really trust our own evaluations. So I feel like that's what's going on with Trey now. It's okay, they're down on Trey. They may even be out on Trey. But when you try to trade him, you asked for too much, which means that he's still here, which means you're probably afraid of him going to another team and that team making you look stupid because you didn't really even give the kid a chance. So I feel like it's obvious they're down on him. But at the same time, their opinions change on at the drop of a hat. If he gets one opportunity and plays well, all of a sudden they'll be like, oh, we saw it coming. We saw it coming, man. He showed it. It's like, no, you didn't. You didn't see it coming with Brock. So that's the way I look at it. He's not going anywhere.
I think Trey is the better guy at the position, bro. Oh. No,
think about it this way.
Asked,
if Brock
it's clear.
It was a free agent and signed with the Seahawks, would you be scared? Brock on the Seahawks? Or if Trey went to the Seahawks, would you be like, damn?
Not really, because
Pete Carroll's going to know.
In that pocket, he doesn't really move out unless he really has to. He stays in the pocket.
Brock wouldn't hurt the Niners.
And that's mainly the main reason why he got hurt, Brock, because he never stepped up in that pocket.
Right. He just Brock is not the kind of quarterback who hurts the 49ers.
Yeah,
if he were on another team, the Niners wouldn't be scared of him.
Grant, I guarantee you, if Trey was in that position, bro, he was stepping out. He was gonna bring that to the house.
Probably.
He was bringing that to the house. He's gonna see the defensive end clamping down. He's stepping up. He's gone.
All right.
But hey, let's get into some Warriors talk, man.
Okay, real quick.
Game is tomorrow, 7:00. I wish it was at 5:30. I can't wait all day for that game.
Yeah.
I honestly think, man, what I heard you talking about earlier about the refs really or the NBA really wanting to push this back to 7 games. If the Warriors lose in that 7 games, I'm gonna be a fan.
You go back and look at these games and be like, hey, it shouldn't have been a 7-game series.
But Dre is the heartbeat of this defense, man. He don't I heard you listen.
They're not letting him play defense, which is crazy. They're essentially not letting him play defense. And not letting him talk.
You remember when Draymond, right? He got suspended for the for back in the finals when he was playing LeBron against Cleveland.
2016. Yes.
I believe that they're gonna try to do the same thing.
I totally agree.
I agree. They're gonna poke the bear.
No doubt. And I guess you know what, Draymond. You know what? Be ready. That's the book on you, buddy. So be ready. But that's gonna happen, and that's pretty tough.
He's still gonna play the same thing. But my question for you is, man, do you really think the Warriors are gonna finish this series?
Yeah. Again, the Lakers only beat the Warriors if they shoot 20 more free throws than them in a game. How many times are the NBA gonna really let that happen? I mean, it's controversial. Everyone notices. Everyone's talking about it. I think it's a bad look for the league. And again, the Warriors are the champions. They're the champions. The Lakers are not. And the Lakers are getting champion calls. And I think if the champions get dethroned this way with a historic free throw disparity, it'll put an asterisk on the series. I don't think the league wants it. I just think the league wants the money, the cash, the Game 7, which is different. It's cynical. It's not I don't think they're biased in favor of the Lakers. Although they did rig a series for the Lakers 21 years ago. We all know it. So see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, hopefully it'll be good. I got the Warriors. I originally got the Warriors winning in 7 again. It's kind of crazy, man. They had two series back to back, Game 7s. That's crazy. So
will they let Draymond Green play defense? I don't know. The other thing is will Anthony Davis play hard 2 games in a row? I don't know. At the end of this game, he was holding his ribs and stuff because he fell on Draymond's like foot or something. Like I could see Anthony Davis doing a lot of that. Like, oh, my ribs hurt.
He fell on his
Game
knee
for it.
because Anthony Davis was falling and Draymond was already on the floor, and
Yeah.
Draymond picked his knee.
I'm surprised they didn't call a flagrant 2 on Draymond for that. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Could have been a flagrant 2 and 4 technicals on the same play. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Grant, I know you got other callers, man. I appreciate you for having me on today, and you have a great day, man.
You too, Luis. Have a good one.
Next
time. All right, we got Niner Empire, DMV, and then the Ramelia Sports Report, who's going to be, I think, the Lakers Sports Report and just gloat, which, you know what? I respect it. My wife is a Lakers fan. She grew up in Riverside, and she's like quietly smirking all around the house. I don't care. She cares. And it was funny. I had some friends over last night, and they're all Warrior fans because they're from Oakland. And they were just, we were talking a lot, and it just got quieter and quieter and quieter as the game went on. And I just looking at my wife over there, kind of like half watching the game, half reading her Kindle, and just smiling her ass off. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're a fan too. So we're equal opportunity hater here. If you want to talk about why the Warriors suck, you're welcome to do that. It's a safe space. Niner Empire, DMV, what it do?
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
How you doing? It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. I mean, when it comes to this draft, we drafted, like I said, on your when you was talking, when you had you did a show earlier this week. I said, I think they did exactly what they were doing from 2019 after the Super Bowl.
Right.
They feel as though that they don't have to really get any impact players.
Nah.
They just need to re-up on depth. And when you re-up on depth, unfortunately, what happened in 2020? Like,
catastrophe.
You need impact. It was a catastrophe because we didn't solidify the line.
Nope.
Like, you let DeForest Buckner go that year. It was really bad.
Yep.
So, like, it's to the point now, getting a kicker in the third, like, I get it. We needed a kicker, but you just signed a kicker a month ago.
Yep.
So
now you have 2 kickers on your team. Like, who does that?
Like,
yeah.
That's what that was the question. I'm sitting watching the draft.
What was the point of drafting Zane? What was the point of signing Zane Gonzalez? Why did you even do that? Why'd you waste his time, your money? Why? 2 kickers.
And then
a kicker
competition.
They looked at it.
I get it that he's injury prone, but then why did you sign him?
Yeah.
If you knew you was going to draft that kicker, why did you sign a kicker and he has an injury history?
Was there really a scenario where the Niners were going to get shut out of a kicker in this draft? That was going to happen? Apparently not. If they were willing to take one at 99.
And then most teams, they get undrafted kickers all the time, and they pan out. Like, I've never, like, if he doesn't pan out, I mean, I see him panning out.
He has to be so good. He has to be great. He has to be
Ray Guy. He has to be Ray Guy.
He has to be Justin Tucker. He's got to be Adam Vinatieri.
Exactly.
He has to.
And if he doesn't, then you're looking at them once again in the draft. Like,
you passed on impact players. You passed on impact players. Look at the list. It's going to be a list of 5 to 10 impact players. There are really good players who get picked in round 4 every year. Max Crosby was a 4th round pick. You know,
we could have got
every year.
We could have got a great offensive lineman. There was so many offensive linemen on the board that we needed to solidify the right tackle position. And I wouldn't mind getting a center in the draft. Like, I get it. Colt McKivitz. What have we seen of Colt McKivitz?
Also, who's his backup?
Really talked about it.
What if he doesn't pan out? What if he misses a game? What if Trent Williams misses a game? Who's the backup offensive tackle? Who? Matt Pryor? Come on. But you got 2 kickers, so you're set just in case one kicker gets hurt. That's okay.
Yeah. So if the quarterback goes down, you can put him at quarterback.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Absolutely.
Like, and then the whole depending on Brock Purdy to rush back, so you can have
what could go wrong there.
I get they're trying to be the smartest men in the room, but at the same time, we need to solidify the line first, so we can give our quarterbacks a chance to stay healthy through the year.
Correct.
Our quarterbacks never stay healthy through the whole year. And I get it. A lot of the fan base is like, we're winning though. Yeah, we're winning, but we're getting into the playoffs and we're barely winning.
Yep.
Like, we're losing games because of injury and because of bad quarterback play.
Yep.
So this time it was a quarterback got hurt. What's going to be the next?
So what they do? They improved the kicker spot. They got a better safety. They added 2 tight ends. Like, you guys don't get it. That's not why you didn't lose the NFC Championship game because of your tight end spot. That's not why you lost. You lost because of your quarterback spot and your offensive line. And they will disagree. They will argue that to the death, which is their problem.
And then the main question is, how did we get better than the Eagles, who we lost to? Did we really get better than the Eagles in the draft, in the off-season signings that we picked up? Did we get better than them to where we can compete?
I think it's a tough matchup for the Niners because the Eagles are so good in the trenches. They're so big in the trench on both sides. They're huge. And the Niners aren't. They got pushed around on both sides of the ball by the Eagles, and they're trying to act like they lost because one guy got hurt. No, you got punked on both sides of the ball. And it's only going to get Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis are way bigger than Spencer Burford. Way bigger than him. It's Jake Brendel. I mean, my
whole question this offseason is, are we going to give Trey Lance a chance to actually compete? Are we going to let him use the weapons that Brock Purdy got to use, that Jimmy Garoppolo got to use? Because remember, he didn't play with Kittle when he was starting.
Well, here's the problem, Niner Empire DMV. Those weapons are already going to Warriors games with Sam Darnold, who's competing with Trey Lance. So you talking about the weapons that Trey Lance needs? They're already kicking it with Sam Darnold like daily. So that's not great. The weapons you're talking about.
I don't know, Grant, what they don't like with Trey. I know we're not there to see in the locker room. We don't see like some of the practices, but what don't y'all like about Trey? So where it's starting to become abundantly clear that y'all don't care for this movie. Like y'all don't want him. Y'all will pick Sam Darnold, who see ghosts when he's about to get sacked.
I don't know that it's anything about Trey. I think it might be what he stands for. You know what I mean? Like he stands for, you guys weren't good enough. We got to change something. Your style of Niner football wasn't good. We have to change the formula. Bring this guy in, and they felt like you're too young, you're too inexperienced, you didn't earn it, and I think they felt like they just didn't want to give him a chance. I think that's how they felt. Whereas Brock Purdy, they always talk about, played so much in college, came in, you earned it. I think they just feel like Trey was
inexperienced,
anointed at the expense of their friend. Nothing. I mean, at that point, there's nothing Trey can do. Like they just don't like you, man. The way he talks in the huddle, man. Speak up. You're not being assertive enough. And so they could just point out anything. Like, I don't like the way he talks in the huddle. He doesn't know the playbook well enough. It's like this or that, whatever. It's like you just don't like him because he was brought in here to kick out your friend. Brock wasn't brought in here to kick out their friend. Brock is just a guy you can't dislike.
He's just a nice. Brock came in he was like a perfect storm. He came in at the perfect storm. He had
7th round pick. Good story.
Yeah. Thank you. It's a highlight. It's a Hollywood story.
Can't not like Brock.
Pick. Yeah.
But you can resent Trey. You can definitely resent Trey. Why the hell is he here? Why do we trade all these picks for this guy who played 1 year in college, is 20 years old, and and Kyle's so tough on us and Jimmy, but he's coddling this kid. I can see that all day. I mean, the fan base says it. Why? You don't think part of the locker room saying it too?
And the fan base is so split. It's really bad. It is so bad in the fan. Like the fans you got set few fans that really want Trey Lance to get a chance. Just give him a chance. We want to see what he can do. We want to see what he can do for a whole season. And I don't need him doing no power eye running. I need him to be a quarterback.
Yeah.
Drop back, throw the ball. He can run the same offense as Jimmy Garoppolo and Brock Purdy. I don't understand why we have to mingle in a little bit of RPO and all that. We don't need that. Play action is what's been helping us in all of our playoff runs. Play action. He can do that.
And that's why they drafted him over Justin Fields. Justin Fields was in the spread offense running RPOs and zone reads. That's not what Trey Lance did in college. He was under center doing play action and essentially scrambling. I thought that's the skill set you wanted. All of a sudden you bring him here and you're like, no, we got to put him in the spread offense. Like, why?
And we're running him up the gut. We're running him up the gut multiple times. And then he gets injured. And then the first thing you look at is,
oh my God.
He's injury prone.
Who could have seen that coming? Yeah, he's injury prone. It's his fault. He's got some stuff to prove. That's what John Lynch said.
Yeah, he killed me with that. I was just like, wow. So Brock doesn't have nothing to prove because he won 8 games. Does that sound like Jimmy when he won the 5 games? He gave him a contract and then he got injured.
Remember, it was 7 for Jimmy because he won 2 with the Patriots. It's very similar. He started off his career 7-0. Brock started 8-0. Very similar.
How ironic is that?
And
The
then
first thing
they got
said,
hurt. Jimmy tore his ACL. Brock tore his UCL. I mean, it's almost the same letter. It's like you just erase the top part of the A and boom, it's a U.
Exactly.
It's spooky.
It's history repeats itself. It's history
spooky.
repeats itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then looking at this draft,
you don't learn from your mistakes. You're bound to repeat them.
It's called insanity.
It's called insanity. That's right. It's true. The same mistakes. Yeah. Which is why this team is so much fun to cover.
Yeah,
I don't know about rooting for it though. It's probably pretty frustrating.
It is what it is.
All right, man. Good to see you.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
Have a good one. Take care. The Niners for me is like they're the same team every year. They build up your hopes. They go on this run, and you think this year is going to be different, and then they lose the same way, and you're like, why did I think it was going to be different? Like they don't change. They don't want to change their script. They're going to be 13-4, essentially, give or take some games due to injuries. They're going to get to the playoffs. They're going to lose the same way every year, unless the whole league. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little too negative. HR says having an old ass plotting LeBron constantly pushed on us by ESPN machine feels like an industry plant in music. Laker b-ball is unwatchable. That's what I'm saying, man. This Lakers team. I hate to sound like a Warriors fan because I'm not, but this Lakers team isn't that good. They were going to miss the playoffs until the league decided that they're the best team ever at drawing fouls and not fouling while playing defense. Like, I call BS. I'm sorry. This is not the 97 Bulls. They don't have Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. They're a really overrated team that's kind of being aided by the NBA. And I feel like how long is this going to go on? I mean, I think enough is enough. You got them to game 4 against the Warriors. That's enough. You're going against the champions. You can't delegitimize your entire sport, which is what you would do if you give. I mean, if the Lakers outshoot the Warriors by like 60, 80, 100 at the free throw line, and that's going to be the story. People won't forget that. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Dirk, you're after the Remillion Sports Report. Oh my God, look at him. He's dressed like Chris Cross. He's got the Kobe jersey on backwards, which I really like. It's on backwards.
Right. The immortal Grant Cohn makes it to a Rams video.
Hey, congratulations on the win. Congratulations on you. You're from the Inland Empire too, right?
I live in Riverside, like your wife. That's why I knew I liked you for a reason. Number one, you go. You hold the Niners' feet to the fire. You're not one of those Niner journalists that kiss Kyle Shanahan's ass. He hasn't won anything since he's been head coach. Anyone can roll out. Really, they're afraid to lose Kyle Shanahan. What has he done? How many rings has he won with this squad? Yes, he built them up. Yes, they draft well. Yes, they got CMC only because the Rams didn't have a 4th round pick. We would have had CMC because we gave it to Sony Michel when we won the Super Bowl. So imagine if we would have had rebuilding with CMC, Cooper Kupp. Hopefully Stafford's healthy. But anyway, what has he won? I mean, you can roll out almost any decent coach and lose the NFC Championship game with this squad. Come on.
Also, you can put a lot of coaches on now. I mean, all credit to Kyle for building this team, but you could put a lot of coaches on this team right now and go just as far as they are going with Kyle. You know what I'm saying?
That's
would the team take a step back if they had Sean McVay as their coach? Like, I don't think so. They might actually win it.
Oh, if you guys say, I say you guys, but I know you're not.
Don't say. It's not us. It's not me. Yeah.
If they would have had Sean McVay, listen. I love Sean McVay. I don't agree with a lot of stuff he does, but he's my coach. He changed the culture. If the Niners had Sean McVay as head coach, they would have had a developed quarterback. They probably would have already won because they would have been facing Kyle Shanahan in Los Angeles. And guess what happens when they play in the big game? He would have messed up. But anyway, don't
the Niners kind of feel like the Tampa Bay Bucks from the 90s? I mean, a really good team that Tony Dungy helped build. I mean, they were nothing before Tony Dungy got there, but essentially he couldn't get him over the hump, and they eventually had to get rid of him, and he went somewhere else. Yeah.
Grant, this is why I coined the term the regular season empire, because that's what they're about. They puff their chest out in the regular season. They beat us all the time in the regular season. But then we're like, okay, let's put the chips in the championship game. Boom, boom. Down goes Debo.
That's right.
Crying on the sidelines as the confetti comes down and they're going back to Santa Clara. in the NFC Championship game, and then
Offensive
they do
line
it again.
crumbles in the fourth quarter. Kwaski Tart drops. I mean, yeah, like they just didn't have it. They didn't compete
And then
in the fourth
imagine this. This is scenarios that don't matter because it didn't happen. But imagine the luck of the Irish that Kyle Shanahan got with Brock Purdy. Imagine that he's the 7th round pick that they thought he was.
Right.
Imagine that Trey Lance goes down.
Where would they be right now? Where would they be right now? Where they would be is I wouldn't be surprised if they had given Jimmy Garoppolo an extension. All of a sudden they're talking about like, oh, we like a cheap quarterback room. Like you guys would have brought back Jimmy. You were this close.
It's crazy. And, they got lightning in a bottle with Brock Purdy. Who knows? I like the kid. If he wins, great. Basically, they got the Kurt Warner story. And because of Kyle Shanahan, they couldn't just finish it. He couldn't finish the season because he got hurt, because they never got that right side. And they blocked with the backup tight end. But that's Kyle Shanahan in a nutshell. I wanted to show you this. I don't know if you've noticed. I don't know if you can see it. Darn it.
I can't.
Darn it. Hold on.
It's all right.
Let me go this way. So there you can see Sean McVay at least. So they gave him a statue, the cradle.
I saw that.
Okay, so I actually put in. Actually, hold on 1 second.
There you go. Oh, wrong way. There you go.
Okay,
nice.
Okay, so I superimposed Kyle Shanahan right there at the floor of the statue. And there he is again. You got to tip your hat. So there's a difference between the two coaches. One is getting statues even after coming off of a 5-12 season because he won the chip. Yeah, he won the chip 2 years.
I think Kyle Shanahan is this close to getting a statue with the Niners. Man, they love him over here. They freaking love him.
They're putting up banners for regular season stuff.
Oh
in
yeah,
Santa Clara now.
He's going to be in their Hall of Fame like in 2 years for
all those trophies. And that's why I make fun of them when you go to the Niners Levi Stadium, which is horrible. They had to borrow $120 million to put shade in that horrible stadium.
They're not even going to put shade in the stadium, man. I think that the $120 million is going to like
suites,
luxury boxes and stuff. Like there's not even going to fix the shade problem. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I heard that they're not going to fix that.
This is you gave me a great idea. So
hey, can you put your face back in the? I can't even see your face.
Sorry,
you got to put your face back in the thing.
Sorry, man. That's my fault, Grant. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I want to look at you when I see you, when I talk to you.
I'm sorry. You're right. Okay, here we go.
There you go.
There we go. So
there you go.
That's the difference between this Santa Clara team and the Niners from the 80s and 90s.
Yes.
They used to have John Candy in the stands. Remember that great story with Joe Montana? Now they only get E40 and he gets kicked out of the Warriors games because there's no suites.
Hold on. You bite your tongue about E40. You bite your tongue about E40. He is a treasure, okay? A treasure.
But God bless you, Grant. You made the Rams video. And but I want to say this.
That was so surprising. What the hell was that?
I told you.
Where did that come from?
I let Les Snead and Sean. They probably watch your show. You and Papa Cohn. God bless you, because maybe the real information is right here with the Grant Cohn Show. No, well, I think that so and so is going to be a really great talent. The Niners banners now are depth at the defensive positions, having
depth at tight end,
but they can't win. They can't win. Like you got the boys crew. None of them have a ring.
They also have depth at quarterback. They have depth at quarterback, but they don't have a quarterback.
They have
a quarterback room. They have a quarterback room, but they don't have a quarterback.
To give you an idea,
support. Real quick, what do you think? What do you think of this? What do you think of this Lakers series? Before I let you go, because you got the Kobe.
There's a difference. It's what's funny though, real quick, Grant, is you see Niner fans at SoFi Stadium beat LA. The same Niner fans are Laker and Dodger fans. That's hilarious to me.
It is very funny.
But the difference between LA and Santa Clara is we're a big market team. The NFL loves big market teams, and that's why we get those calls. That's just the way it is. LeBron,
it seems like,
that's just the way it goes. Back in the day, Joe Montana and Jerry Rice would get those same calls, but it's a different era, era. But we'll see what happens, man. It's not over till it's over. Like Kobe says, the job ain't done yet. Job's not done yet.
It's true.
We'll see what happens. One, God bless you, Grant. Appreciate you.
Bless you too, man. Take care. I really feel like a big reason LeBron went to the Lakers is because it's an advantage to be on the Lakers. Like they're a brand. They're like the brand. It's the Lakers and the Celtics essentially. They're the brand. And so get extra calls when you're on that team. I think so. Also, doesn't it feel like the league thinks the Warriors are bad for it? I mean, the new CBA really punished the Warriors. It's like the league thinks they've outstayed their welcome. They've outspent other teams. And they're bad. They want more parity, and the Warriors are standing in the way of that. And so their time is over. And the way they're sort of taking the Warriors out is through Draymond, making him look like a punk, not a Hall of Fame, not a great defender, just a fouler, just a dirty player. I think that's a pretty weak way for the NBA to sort of take down a dynasty. Like, I think a team should have to do it on the court, not at the free throw line. But that's just me. I'm old school. Dirk, you're up. Fish and Chips, though, says insanity on Niners. See the sideline prowler. Yeah, Kyle. All right, Dirk. He's sitting on a rocking chair, which means he's probably.
I'm not rocking anymore, brother.
What's up, dog?
I stopped. I've broken plenty chairs at my work, but I was actually calling for a different reason, but I got to address these Rams fans. Okay. They didn't even exist when they were in St. Louis. Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, what I can do at Levi Stadium without shade is I can walk to my car without getting mugged. Number two, right? Being in Inglewood up in the Rams area. Number three, Sean McVay ain't winning nothing without Stafford. They didn't draft him. He went to the Super Bowl of golf with just what we did with Jimmy G. So everybody's hating on Kyle, and I'm not a Kyle totally supporter, but who's winning a Super Bowl with Jimmy G? Please tell me. I don't even know if Bill Walsh is winning a Super Bowl with Jimmy G, first of all. So, I mean, let's call a spade on that one, right? Which leads me to my point why I'm calling, and you brought it up. Why does the 49ers white boy crew always take the bum QB to the Warriors games? I can't
see. I call them the Cabo Click. You just cut right through it and call them the white boy. The white boy. Click.
All right, my bad. I meant to say
they're like in sync. You know what I mean? They're like the Backstreet Boys. It's so funny
with the
they're
Jimmy
like a boy
t-shirts.
Band. Yeah,
Kittle's wearing a Jimmy G pajama outfit right now, and he's not even on the team anymore. Okay, Debo had to take Brock Purdy to the Warriors game, and then these dudes take Sam Darnold to the Warriors game.
Repeatedly.
Can anybody please tell me what's going on with this scenario?
To me, it's like it's a very clear message that Kittle and McCaffrey are sending. Like, it's our guy. This is our guy, Sam. We're bringing him to the games with us. We're not bringing Trey. We're bringing Sam. This is our guy. And the way the Niners work is like the captains on the team pick the starters, essentially. It's a democracy. The captains pick, and they're making their choice like known right now in public. I don't know. How could you not notice that?
Yeah, on live TV too, in front of the world. Okay, I could see Jimmy G to an extent.
This is our friend.
I can see him to an extent. He pulls the girls for the crew, right? Okay, I'll give you a pass on that one. I get it. But what's Sam Darnold doing for you? What's it going to take you to a Hobbit movie? I mean, I'm just not seeing the correlation between Sam Darnold. You got Brock Purdy, you got Trey Lance, and it's Sam Darnold they're bringing to the games. I don't know. I can't back it up. Debo,
but does it? But Trey Lance, it's like, isn't Sam Darnold just kind of like anyone but Trey? Because Trey Lance was the organization sort of forcing a quarterback on this locker room that feels that the locker room feels that it makes the decisions. So by embracing Sam Darnold, isn't that the locker room saying like, we call the shots here? We decide who the quarterback's gonna be. Isn't it a power play?
100%. Because like you said, they forced Brock Purdy and Trey were kind of forced, right? They're drafted and Jimmy's still on the team. So this is their way of honoring their friend. Oh, Sam Darnold just came in, so we're going to choose him because these other guys try to take our friend away. It's like, no, your friend is a bum. Okay. Yeah. He choked in the Super Bowl. We had the ball last. He choked in the NFC Championship. We had the ball last. Couldn't get it done. Right?
Yes.
And then let me make one more point because I know you got viewers.
You're the last one in line. Do you
Javon Kinlaw doesn't suck because of his knee. It's because he has that peanut head. All right. I've never seen a dude as big as the body that he has with the smallest head on earth I've ever seen. He looks like the dude on Beetlejuice with the shrunken head when they're in the lobby about to go to the underworld and he's sitting next to the witch doctor. He has the smallest head of a dude's body I've ever seen in my life. He was talking all that trash on this show. I seen it. And then what did he do? You don't need to say nothing because I know you can't. You got to deal with the Niners. I'm just making an assumption, but I'm going to do it for you. So today is Sunday, May 7th, 2023, and Javon Kinlaw is still in the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to say it for you. I don't expect you to make a comment. I'm doing it for you. You talked all that head, Javon, and we had to sign an $80 million D tackle to replace you. That's all I got to say about that. But yeah, white boy crew, give it up.
You called him.
Give it a rest.
You called him Peanut Head. I haven't heard someone get called Peanut Head since I was in middle school.
Dude, he
was
has a
Peanut
humongous
Head.
giant
Wow.
body with the smallest head I've ever seen in my life. So they control him on the D line. They just control his head, and he just moves around at will, like in the NFC Championship game. I wouldn't be hating if he didn't come on this show and was talking all that smack while eating. Mind you, I couldn't even understand him at the time. If he didn't do that, it'd be all good. But since he talked all that, he said, "You guys can talk all the smack you want if I don't come through this year." Well, it started now, right?
Okay. Fair enough.
It started
Yeah, man.
now.
Dirk called you Peanut Head, Javon. What are you gonna do about it? That's
Hey.
hella funny to me. Other thing people would say on the playground is that your head would call you like a planet head, like a chromodome. Either your head was too big or too small, but that really cut. If someone said anything about my head size when I was 13, I'd probably cry. That's a tough man. We gotta bring that back.
Beetlejuice 4K. Beetlejuice in 4K. Go see it, y'all. The dude in the lobby with the shrunken head, Javon Kinlaw 2.0 right
Beetlejuice is the original Beetlejuice is one of the greatest movies of all time. I love
there. Oh,
that movie,
100%. I said 4K
100%.
for a reason. 100%.
Dirk, good call. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate
Take care. Niner Empire DMV says the White Boy Crew classic. Dirk was pulling no punches in that call, which is sort of what the Cohn phone is all about. Jackson Black says Dubs are too small to defend Lakers in the paint. Draymond Green is too small to defend in the paint. I don't know, man. I've been watching him do it for 11 years. He's one of the greatest paint defenders in the history of the sport. But, hey, man, maybe he's just a goon who's not that good. Maybe he's just a fouling, dirty player. I don't know. I guess it's to be determined. They sort of asked Draymond about it after the game, like, what adjustments are you going to make? And he's like, I'm not going to make any adjustments. I'm going to keep playing the same defense I've been playing for 11 years. I think that's a fair answer. Like, he's been playing this way for a long time. All of a sudden, in his 11th year, the NBA decided it's over the line. Now you decide it? I don't know. I think he should probably keep doing what he's been doing. Thanks for watching, everyone. Game 4 is tomorrow night. There's a game today. I don't know who's playing. Some other team. Gonna watch it, though. I have a comment in the private chat. Well, guy left. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow. See ya.